So basically, the cave is like, you know, formations from all the stalagmites.
Huh?
Stalactites. Okay, so in a lot of the places, anywhere in the world, there's usually a tour that you take by the car. There's one that's cross-country, and this is a walking tour. And I actually love this. You get to hit so many stones in one, you get to exercise, you really get the feel of the town because you're not like in a car. You get better photos because you're not just taking it from a window. It's just pretty awesome because you're really in the grit of it. Love it. Okay, so I'm learning things about Slovenia. The population is only 2 million people. That's insane. And because it's very central, it's like an hour away from Venice, it's an hour away from Hungary, it's an hour away from so many countries. So what happens is, apart from being bilingual, if you actually live quite near to the border, you even get to speak another language, whatever is near you. That's a goal. Learn several languages. So the way of life here is actually quite mellow, our tour guide was saying. It's a Sunday today. A lot of shops are closed, but everybody's like outside. There are a couple of tourists, there's a lot of families. Very nice. So that building right there is actually the very first mall in Slovenia, very fancy. And then that building at the top that you see right there, the owner of the building, his facade is actually by the foot of the angel or the statue. Oh my god, I am loving Slovenia on a Sunday. It's like everyone's by the cafes, having their wine, everyone's with their family. Okay, so I showed you guys that wolf. Yeah, that sculpture of the wolf. Okay, here's the sad story first. So Slovenia usually gave, in the past, like bears to other countries as a way of like, I don't know, as like a gift. I guess you can say like China gives like a panda to a certain zoo or to a certain country. And so Slovenia gives bears. Now, of course, not a lot of people like bears because, well, bears can be dangerous. So what happens is they just end up getting killed. So that's a sad story. The nice story is Slovenia gave a wolf to Spain, and they put actually a chip in its collar, like a GPS chip. And usually wolves, they have mates, and that mate is like their mate for life. And then they found out that certain wolf, well, not that sculpture, but that wolf actually made its way all the way back from Spain to Slovenia to find its mate. As to whether that's a true story, we will never know, but it sounds so amazing and it should be a movie. But it is a really great Hollywood tale after all. Okay, so as you can tell, those are all love locks. Now, back in the day, this used to be called Butcher's Bridge, if I remember correctly. Butcher meaning, yes, like meat, because before they would actually like butcher animals here because it was so easy, they could just easily dump it in the water. As to how it transformed into this, I wasn't really listening anymore, but that's all I got, folks. So do you hear that sound? Okay, so this is like a food festival. There we go. So the great thing about these food festivals, actually this is not the one, but it's quite similar to it. They have so many stands, so Japanese, Italian, every type of cuisine, and everybody just gets together and it's like this bazaar and everyone's eating out, and it's called like an open kitchen area. Is that what they call? Yeah, that actually sounds very much like the Philippines, especially now with the food parks, food trucks, the food culture. Everybody gets together with food. Okay, so I'm standing in front of a very simple store. It actually just sells one thing, which is salt. Ta-da! Okay, now Slovenia has a very special type of salt. It's super pure. It has no extra chemicals added to it. It's about did he say 700 years or 17 years of history behind it. Now, there are two kinds of salt. There's one that's less, I guess, sodium-y, and you put it on your dishes so it's not as salty, and then there's another one that's just, you know, your typical salty salt. Now, what drew me to the store is that Jamie Oliver, you know, like the chef, it said that he actually buys his salt from here, uses for his cooking. Just when I thought I've learned so much and I can't take any more information, well, this park behind me is called Star Park, or Park Star, because it's actually in the shape of a star. Now, this used to be like nothing, and then they transformed it into like this open park. And like in the summer, there's like a slide that actually goes through here. There's like all these different games. There's wall climbing, and then there's like so many concerts. There's so many festivals. There's so many things like going on. And then I also found out that Slovenia is the third mostly wooded country in Europe. So can you imagine? This city is 74% greenery. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Usually cities, they just want to transform everything into like skyscrapers and just forego all the greenery, but not in Slovenia. I'm loving Slovenia, by the way. And then I also found out that school is absolutely free here. So you can even transfer universities if you want. You can transfer once, you can transfer twice, but on your third time, you're going to have to pay, because fucker, you just don't do that. You gotta figure out what the shit you want to do with your life, dude. Dude, I could live here. If they have like a vegan community, that would be awesome. Seeing those Bosnian dancing, and it seems like everybody has like this fellowship and everybody seems to get along. Very mellow, not so loud. There's like greenery, and there's parks, and then there's outdoor festivals, lots of fresh fruits. Oh my god, so I just found out something. So I'm walking on this bridge. Now, every year, once a year, there's a team that actually cleans up this river. I don't know if this is called a river or I don't know, like this river. And so what they do is they gather all that trash, and then in one spot here, somewhere by the bridges or by the city, they're gonna put all that trash that they've collected actually all there, and so that the whole community, the city, can reflect on the shit that they've been dumping. Isn't that awesome? Talk about guilt trip for a cause. Can you guys guess what is the most commonly thrown thing? It's bicycles. What? Yeah, bicycles. I guess people just have all that money that just like throw bicycles. Interesting. Imagine living there. Rocks, cave, mountain, house, crib. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm about to ride the train, and apparently there's no selfies or no selfie sticks allowed inside, or at least while you're riding on the train. This kind of feels like Disneyland. You're lining up so long, and then there's like a train passage getting onto the cave. So basically the cave is like, you know, formations from all the stalagmites.
Huh?
Stalactites, choo-choo, and other things that are listed here down below to form beautiful caves underneath the ground. Yay! Okay, all I know is from all the caves I've ever visited, the standard temperature inside is always about 10 degrees, so no matter where you go. So it's actually quite cool. So even if it's a summer day, it's still going to be cool inside the cave. the nice thing about this cave is they're saying that it's accessible to everyone, because even if everything is like, you know, uneven, but for the walking part, they've actually made a very smooth path for everyone to be able to make it more accessible. Wow, this is absolutely spectacular. I think you can even bring a bike in here, a car. Look at that. You could have like a condo in here. You know, I've been to a couple of caves. There's the one in Poland, the salt mines, and then there's the one in Halong Bay, and then there's the one in Japan. Where else have I been? Guilin in China, but this is insane. Insane. It is pretty much like a big community, its own, like, I don't know, city. It kind of looks like gooey marshmallow. Like, that's just like separating like taffy. This tour, highly recommended. It's one of the highlights of Slovenia, and I mean, there are so many people and it really is worth it. You just got to be well prepared to do a lot of walking. There's no stairs, actually. It is really just inclines and ups and downs. It's a bit of a long walk. Well, long is relative, but it can get a little tiring. It's a bit wet. And just wear warm clothes if you are not really the type where, like me, I can live off a shirt like this and I'm okay in 10 degrees. So we're finally done. That was literally 1 hour. 1 hour walking. So worth it though. It was cold. It was underneath the ground. It was great exercise. It was super cool. Super, super cool. Loved it. So unappropriately dressed, but I still felt fine at 10 degrees. Oh my god, so little time, but I've learned so many things about Slovenia, and I wish I could stay even much longer. But just imagine, 2 million people. How many is that? That's like probably Makati or Alabang or somewhere in the Philippines. But anyway, Slovenia has been quaint. I'm Bianca, Valerio. I'll see you guys on the next destination. Come away with me, guys. Bye.